Rihanna and ASAP Rocky, best couples ever. Some love stories arrive like thunder loud, impossible to ignore, and instantly headline worthy. Others move like a slow, deliberate beat, building rhythm over time until you suddenly realize it's been playing in your head all along. Rihanna and ASAP Rocky belong to the second kind. And that's exactly why their love story feels so powerful. At first glance, their relationship doesn't scream for attention. There was no dramatic reveal, no scandal-fueled debut, no need to convince the world that what they had was real. Instead, their connection unfolded naturally, almost casually, until one day the internet collectively stopped and said, "Wait, this actually makes sense." And then something even rarer happened. People didn't just accept Rihanna and ASAP Rocky as a couple. They embraced them, celebrated them, rooted for them, declared them, without irony, without exaggeration, the best couple ever. But what makes their relationship so captivating? Why does it resonate across music, fashion, culture, and even ideas of modern love? Why do they feel different from every other celebrity couple that came before them? To understand that, you have to look beyond the headlines and into the rhythm, respect, and realness that define Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. A love story years in the making. The most compelling part of Rihanna and ASAP Rocky's relationship is that it didn't start as a love story. It started as a friendship. Long before romantic rumors, long before red carpet moments and family photos, Rihanna and Rocky existed in each other's orbit as collaborators, creatives, and peers. They met in the early 2010s, at a time when both were carving out their places as cultural forces, Rihanna already a global superstar redefining pop stardom, and Rocky an emerging icon reshaping hip-hop fashion and sound. They crossed paths professionally. They performed together. They supported each other's work. And then they went their separate ways. No rush. No pressure. No forced narrative. That slow, organic build is part of what makes their eventual relationship feel so authentic. It wasn't born out of convenience or clout, it grew out of familiarity, trust, and time. In a world obsessed with instant sparks, Rihanna and Rocky remind us that sometimes the deepest connections are the ones that simmer quietly in the background before stepping into the light. Why their friendship mattered first. Friendship as a foundation is rare in celebrity relationships, and even rarer in ones this visible. Before romance, Rihanna and Rocky genuinely liked each other. They understood each other's worlds. They shared creative language. They knew what it meant to be constantly watched, constantly judged, constantly projected onto. That mutual understanding removed the need for performance. When their relationship turned romantic, it didn't feel like a sudden transformation, it felt like a natural progression. Fans looking back could see the signs, the ease in their interactions, the laughter, the comfort. Nothing felt forced or awkward. They weren't learning who each other was under pressure. They already knew. And that familiarity gave them something invaluable: safety. Rihanna, a woman who refused to settle. To understand why this relationship matters so much, you have to understand Rihanna. Rihanna's journey, both personally and publicly, has been defined by growth, resilience, and unapologetic self-definition. She has never been the kind of woman to mold herself into what others expect. She evolves on her own terms. For years, the world speculated endlessly about her love life. Who she should be with. Who she shouldn't. What she deserved. And through it all, Rihanna remained fiercely independent, prioritizing herself, her career, her healing. By the time she and Rocky became a couple, Rihanna wasn't looking for validation. She wasn't chasing romance to complete her. She was choosing partnership. That distinction matters. ASAP Rocky, more than a rapper. ASAP Rocky has always existed slightly outside the box. Yes, he's a rapper. Yes, he's a fashion icon. But he's also an artist who values aesthetics, vulnerability, and individuality. He's never been interested in hyper-masculine posturing or fitting into rigid expectations. That emotional openness, combined with creative confidence, makes him a natural match for Rihanna. Rocky doesn't try to dominate the spotlight when he's with her. He doesn't shrink either. He stands beside her, comfortable in his own identity, unthreatened by her power. That balance is rare. The chemistry everyone can see. Some couples just make sense the moment you see them together. Rihanna and Rocky have that kind of chemistry, the kind that doesn't need explanation. It's in their body language, their laughter, the way they lean into each other rather than away. They don't perform intimacy for cameras. They seem to forget the cameras exist. And that's why people can't stop watching. Seem deeply grounded. They're not chasing validation. They're building a life. That peace is visible. And it's contagious. People don't just admire their style or status, they admire their calm. A love story still being written. The most exciting part of Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's relationship is that it's still unfolding. There's no sense of finality. No pressure to reach a perfect ending. They're living the story, not rushing to define it. And that openness invites people to stay, to watch, to celebrate, to believe. Why this love will be remembered. Years from now, when people look back at iconic celebrity couples, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky will stand out not because of scandals or spectacle, but because of authenticity. They represent a shift in how love is seen in the public eye. Less performance. More presence. The quiet power of real love. Rihanna and A$AP Rocky don't demand attention. They command it by being real. And that's why their love story resonates so deeply. The best couple ever, because they're themselves. Rihanna and A$AP Rocky aren't trying to be the best couple ever. They're just being honest, intentional, and in love. And sometimes, that's all it takes. In a world full of noise, their relationship feels like a steady rhythm, one that doesn't fade, doesn't rush, and doesn't need to prove its worth. That's why people believe in them. That's why people root for them. And that's why, without exaggeration, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky truly feel like the best couple ever. Rihanna and A$AP Rocky feel special because their relationship doesn't look like a typical celebrity romance built on hype or PR. They were friends for years before getting together, which shows in how comfortable and playful they are with each other. That foundation matters. You can see the trust, the ease, and the mutual respect every time they're together, whether it's on a red carpet or just walking through New York like a regular couple. They also match each other's energy perfectly. Rihanna is a global superstar who's unapologetically herself, confident, bold, soft when she wants to be, and powerful when she needs to be. Rocky doesn't try to outshine her or compete, instead, he supports her, admires her openly, and stands securely in his own identity. That balance is rare, especially in the spotlight. Fashion-wise, they're unmatched. Individually they're trendsetters, but together they redefine couple style. They don't do matching in a cheesy way, they complement each other. Every appearance feels intentional, creative, and fearless, like they're treating life as an art project they get to share. What really seals it is how they've stepped into parenthood. Seeing them with their kids shows a softer, deeper side of both of them. Rocky's pride and Rihanna's joy feel genuine, not performative. They protect their family, keep what matters private, and still move with love and confidence in public. At the core, they look like best friends who fell in love, and that's why people connect with them so strongly. It's not just about fame, beauty, or style. It's about compatibility, growth, and choosing each other every day. That's what makes them feel like one of the greatest couples ever, celebrity or not. Sparkling heart fire.